Greetings and welcome to Gleba. I'm KatherineOfSky and we are looking at Friday Facts number 413. This is a Factorio video. Sorry, I got that in the wrong order. Anyway, we're starting a little bit differently today because this is a very long video and I wanted to show you at least most of it. We have a brand new planet that we're told of in the new DLC from the Factorio devs, and they are kind of introducing it to us. As you can see, we're going through different biomes and kind of exploring a bit. The beginning is very Matthias. Oh my god. Joking, not joking, he really likes black and white, so I was like, okay, that's a him place. But this planet has many and varied, i.e. manifold, places to visit and different kinds of things. So we're going to talk about this, and then I'll show you the rest of the pictures from the FFF itself. Anyway, we have... Oh, you know what? I'm recording on the wrong thing, aren't I? I spent half an hour setting it up. I'm not changing it. All right, it's fine. Okay, so anyway, we have... yeah, we have... They're talking about how they're creating new planets and saying, yeah, you can just change the texture, change the trees, change some other stuff. But then, you know, you'd have all these worlds that still look alike. They basically would just be interchangeable. So they really wanted to make an effort and go through doing a lot of different things, as we will see in some of the later pictures here. So anyway, this is the biological planet. There are things here. So we need to kind of look at this. Anyway, they talk about microcosms of lichen, fungi, and algae under the sea, something that exists in our reality which is believable already. It has all the requirements that they talked about. Basically this jungle kind of new biome and novice. Alright, in this video we made the effort of showing what exactly we have in mind for the look and feel of Gleba. The planet is still a work in progress, but we better show it now because we'll need to keep showing elements of Gleba in future posts. The map was handmade but with a realistic vision of the autoplace algorithm and map generation. The trees used are concept art used as placeholders. The cliffs are also placeholders. Some tile sets will get tweaked to integrate them better. So this is the work in progress, as you see. Some doodads will also be added and modified. Color grading is less or more missing. And the rain shader in the foreground will be tweaked. So basically expect this to change massively. But we're already getting a nice, like, ooh, this is cool stuff. This is different. It's neat. It's, yeah, quite cool. Especially I'll talk about, or I'll show you what Irindel has said about all these different biomes and where he describes all of these, like, those things that you're seeing right now. I'm kind of, like, looking at it on my monitor to the side because I have the text in front of me. But, yeah, it is pretty cool. It's different. Wow. Okay, so here we're getting an overview map where you see the different biomes existing there. And yeah, that's where it is. Cool. So I'm just going to go back. Oh, wait, stop. Okay, hold on thing. Chill. Chill. All right, so I'm going to kind of like move this. That is so weird that the video was a different size than, I don't know what happened here. It's a fine. It's a fine. Anyway, so here we are, and they really credit the sound artist, Peter, for making the video pretty darn good. I liked the music. It was pretty good. So anyway, this is the concept view of the planet, which I think is kind of cool. And I'll just read to you what Irindel says because it's very poetic and it's very descriptive and I really enjoyed reading it. Your descent ends in an unsettling splash. Fortunately, you're not sinking. The noises of your landing pod spool down and fade into the soothing sound of rain. The hatch opens to reveal a green, swampy landscape shrouded in a light mist. The air is thick and humid, carrying the muffled cries of unseen animals from far away. So this reminds me very much of Luke landing on oh god, Yoda's planet. Oh no, I forgot the name in the Dagobah system. Well, you know I know what it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But animals! We hear about animals for the first time. Remember that. You leave your pod and wade through the shallow, murky turquoise water. There's so much vegetation and detritus floating on the surface that it's difficult to see the bottom, even though in most places it's barely up to your knee. It feels like whatever is below the surface is squirming under you. You can imagine like squishy like mud and critters and different water animals and stuff. Like ponds in in the world in Earth are teeming with life, usually. Strange twisted fungi grow out of the water, snaking and undulating as they rise like malformed trees. Hair-like tendrils droop down from the ends of their slender branches, caressing you with a sticky mucus as you try to make your way beneath them. I'm not sure I've ever been caressed by sticky mucus, but I think I'd be kind of creeped out. Anyway, look at this. Look at all these root systems and things. This is cool. Or extended branches. I don't know if it's root systems. I don't know. It's cool, though. You climb the shore, and although you're out of the water, this can be hardly called dry land. The wet, rubbery ground squelches beneath your foot like olive blubber. Interesting. The landscape is covered by a tangled olive blubber. What is olive blubber? Maybe it's blubber that's olive colored. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's go with that. The landscape is covered by a tangled network of root-like mycelium and thick mats of various colorful lichen. This complex interweaving carpet is home to all manner of tiny animals that skitter inside to avoid your gaze. Oh, they're scared of us. Presumably mostly insects and amphibians, their chirps and hisses signal their annoyance as you step nearby. This area is dominated by fungal cups that catch the rain and stew their own little ecosystems. I've read about that. There are some, is it crickets or something? Some kind of an animal that only lives in the cup of a certain kind of flower. No, it's a frog. It's a frog. And I think it's in South America. I read this article about it. Anyway, this frog only lives in like a flower that's filled with water. It's crazy. All right. Many of them are smaller than a hand, but the largest of them are huge funneled trunks of bark-like material, their structures riddled with holes and infested with small pink wormy things. Oh my god. The occasional slime mold blankets a large area of the terrain with a sticky yellow slime. This must be this sticky yellow slime over here. Its surface is dotted with the occasional balloon of gas. Ooh. I like this art. This is really nice. That's really nice. Hold on a second. So, off the sticky, the surface starts to firm up as you make your way out of the lowlands, becoming more like a spongy bark. The vegetation shapes of this area are more wispy and fragile. Look at these trees. They are wispy and fragile. Desaturated shades of green and teal give the region a beautiful but ghostly appearance. That was the first thing that came to mind. They look like ghosts. They actually kind of look like witchy ghosts. Look at them. They're like human witches with wild hair and their arms like crossed like this. Can you see me? You can't see me. Anyway, but they look like witches standing there with hair that's like wild, and yeah, they look very stern. All of them, even the small ones, are like, yo, don't mess with us. Towering stalks of lichen fan out at the top like a translucent umbrella, always splitting into 5 branches before sending down tough, stinging fronds. Are these those? They do like they are split into 5. Okay. So this witch fungus, I'm just going to call it that. Right. Going higher still, the ground is drier. In this area, the incessant rain of the planet is reduced to a faint spitting. Ha! Groundwater is quickly absorbed into the pitted rock-like surface, making this the first place with solid footing. On closer inspection, the ground appears to be a giant merged mass of dark gray stromatolites. It seems that every part of this place is alive. Large towers of beige sponge reach out for the sky, filtering the air and releasing spores into the gentle breeze. Vibrant yellow bulb-like creatures erupt from their pores near the tops, almost like flowers blooming in the sun. So these are different creatures. This kind of, like, it makes me think of an ocean environment where you might have like a base of a rock or a coral, and then there's more corals, and then polyps, and then you got your fish with helper fish. De-fishing the fish. I mean, de-lousing the fish, getting off the parasites and crap. These are like ecosystems built on top of ecosystems. That's what it kind of reminds me of. This is very cool. I'm really glad that Arendelle like made a story for us to like learn about this, because otherwise it's okay, it's some like weird gray like rock things with some orange stuff on top, you know, like flowers on top. But now we know what it is. It's cool. Anyway, on the other side of the hill, the landscape shifts to autumnal hues. The lichen mats here are a crusty orange. The ground is pierced by many thorny vines of dark fungal mycelium which surround and guard their fruiting body, which sags on the ground like a large, soft red grape. That's cool. The largest mushrooms here have bulbous trunks that support a huge inflated spore sac. So these are the spore sacs. I hope they don't burst when we walk by. In many cases, new sacs grow on top of the previous growths in a precarious stack of balloons ready to rupture. I kind of wonder if there's going to be like environmental danger. Like in Factorio right now, we are safe, man. I mean, there's biters, but like the ground doesn't try to kill you. The trees don't. Well, the trees do try to kill you. Okay, we'll be honest about this. But like, they don't explode at you, you know? The way forward leads to lower ground once again, but here the swampy wetland has more reds than greens. Delicate blankets of translucent pink lichen flop helplessly like seaweed on the shore, their fan-like shape contorted into a mass of slippery wrinkles. God, that's a beautiful phrase. Look at this. These are the wrinkly stuffs. They're very cool. Or these? I don't know. The thick, squishy carpet of pink and red lichen bulges when stepped on. God. I just imagine this. The paler areas are... God, I have so much, like, I don't know, what is it called? That thing where you can, like, imagine things very, very vividly and, like, it becomes your reality. I have that. Yeah, and I'm just, like, stepping on it. Like, ooh. It's, like poofing up. Kind of like, like when you have a bulb of some kind of a fluid and then you can smush it in a balloon, like just, it's like, okay, getting thinner in that area, don't squish it too much or else it's going to burst. All right, let's see, the root systems underneath the surface. Here the root-like mycelium is looking more tentacle-like and spongy. Ooh, tentacles, yes, we see the tentacles. Nice. The area is infested with varying sizes of tubular coral that are eager to protrude above the water's surface. The water-dwelling examples are more vibrant, and the land versions more sickly. Yeah, they kind of look that way. They do. I think this is the coral stuff. This is the fan stuff over here. But like these corals, yeah, they do look a bit like, yo, we're barely alive here. It's fine. Along with the sounds of rain, various animal calls, you remember from the beginning, have been your constant companions so far. Mysterious, distant wails and cries once formed a background chatter, but now one of the sounds is now noticeably closer. The source cannot be seen, but it abruptly breaks into a trumpeting scream. The small creatures lurking in the lichen undergrowth suddenly go silent. Now there is a new sound. The sound of great waves crashing, followed by an earth-shaking stomp. Stomp, 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 stomp! Each one louder than the last. I'm sure you can't wait to concrete this place. I laughed at that when I read it first. I was like, yeah, you know the Factorians. Except for me, I'm not a concrete girl, but I know a lot of people are. You like your run speed? I'll take like a walkway, that's fine. Anyway, so as always, wade through the other feedback and rain your thoughts down upon us in the usual places. Now this place is so filled with like meaning and variety, lots and lots of plants. There is so much effort. Like this is not just quick replace novice with a couple of trees and a different ground color. We have, let's see, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 biomes. I'm not sure if this is the same as the black biome that we saw like in the beginning of the video. Look at this one. I don't know if this is night or if this is just I mean, is this night on that kind of green biome, or is this another biome entirely? It does look like it has those, like, those witchy trees. Those witchy, whatever they are. Witchy trees. That sounds good. Anyway, so maybe they're going from nighttime, but, like, this is effort. I mean, there have been a couple of people in the call like, oh, I really wanted new content with the DLC, and there's no content. Yeah, content. Hello. It's like this is crazy amounts of effort and time, and like there's a lot of thought built into this. Like not just hey, let's slap a tree or a bush over here or there. There's like interlocking systems and ecosystems and thought about creatures and sounds, and there are different kinds of environmental factors. Like I'm hoping we're going to get something like we have in alien biomes, you know, Arendel's mod, where we get the things like different ground run speed on the ground, or how squishy it is, the sound you make as you run on the ground. I mean, to a degree, we have a little bit of that with the sand biome in regular Factorio and vanilla, and the crunchy biome, the rock hard one. But like, you know, alien biomes takes it to a whole new level, and this seems like it would have that. I do wonder what kind of industry we're going to get in this planet. There's a lot of vegetation. We see this. I wonder if we can use any of that, you know? Wouldn't it be cool if we could like farm these like trees or whatever, or like the tentacles? Get a tentacle harvester like a lawnmower kind of thing. But we have to do it. We would have to do it like sustainably, like in greenhouses or something. Because like, I don't want to collect. I don't. It's like Factorio. They got rid of alien artifacts because you couldn't farm them. Now you technically, if you put them like in a breeding pen, you probably could. That would have been the way to fix that. But anyway, yeah, tentacles here. These tree things. I mean, what I would really love to see in Factorio is like a way to exchange goods, because we produce an awful lot of goods, and wouldn't it be cool to like find out that one of these trees makes medicine or something like penicillin, and then just ship that to some kind of colony, you know, and produce something for others rather than just like it all building into a factory. Because I think that is where it gets really difficult in this kind of game, is like you have all of these biological parts, but the factory is mainly mechanical parts. So what do you do with that stuff, you know? Is it necessary for going to the next planet? And how would that even be a thing? So I think like adding some kind of like interstellar commerce would be kind of neat. I don't know what you'd trade for. That would have to be up to the devs to figure out what, like, you could buy. Maybe you could buy fancy quality modules. That would be a sexy idea. I mean, they would have to be really expensive, like really expensive. But for people who don't have the patience to set up machines and stuff, that might be a thing if they just want to mass produce other stuff. Yeah, but anyway, I'm impressed. I'm just like wowed. This is very cool. This is very cool. I like it. It's just so imaginative. The whole team is really doing an awesome job on the game, obviously, and really cool that they're sharing this stuff with us right now. Because yeah, we're coming closer. We are coming closer. Hopefully this year. Hopefully. So this is the new planet, Gleba. Anyway, as always, leave your comments on the forums, discuss in my Discord, whatever you feel like. And yeah, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.